Hello, everyone from around the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is AS Eat the Pear talking. I hope you can see the screen. It's currently okay. There we go. Today we are back with another Nordic Classic cast, and we are going to be looking at the match between 4bidden4 and Quebec team. So Forbidden 4 had a bye round one. They did not play any matches round number one, so they're at 0-0. Whereas Quebec team, we saw them lose in a pretty close 2v2 against underrated champions. So there's currently 0-1. As I understand it, I believe this is a 2v2 because I believe um, the some of the members on Quebec team were unresponsive for a very, very long time. And so they ended up playing a 2v2, I believe. Um,
Yeah, that
they,
was my
they
understanding. But supposedly they got it figured out now, so the next
yes,
series should be 3 versus 3.
yeah. So
So
today, AS Gladiators played against Quebec team, and we were able to play 3v3 for all the
nice.
games. So really glad that they were able to get that sorted out. Excellent work on the part of Connor and Quebec team for just working with it through it despite some difficulties with their teammates not being responsive or not showing up. All right, let's go over the players quickly. And also, quick shout out to myself. I whipped up this little diagram thing you see at the bottom here, this tier list. Um, so for the players on Forbidden 4, this is the AZ team. Very creative team name. I really like it. We've got Language of Trees, Moham, Amun, and Chipa against Quebec team with QC Jonathan, QC Sammy Boy, QCI, and Levenchik. Who do you think has the edge in this matchup?
Overall, I like the AZ team.
Yeah,
I think cheap is a little bit probably low, but it's Sammy. I don't know who that is, so they probably cancel each other out. But Jonathan may be probably the strongest player off of both teams, but overall, AZ plays a lot of games together. They're a pretty experienced clan, so I give the edge to them.
yeah, I would agree. I haven't played with a ton of these players, but I do think just being part of AZ for a while, it probably helps with their teamwork. Um, so we'll have to see. I'm excited to see what these games show us. Let's before we jump into today's game. As always, we gotta talk about the donations. If you like this stream and you want to support the prize pool and you want to support the Nordic Classic, which is of course organized by Connor McDavid, there is a prize pool link on the front page. You just click on it. Um, really appreciate any donations you can give because it makes things a little bit more exciting. And so thank you to Kron, PLA, Jatin, and Bybrak for their donations. And also, Connor told me that this anonymous donor is actually himself. So thank you to all of those donors. Really thankful. Yeah. All right.
Yep,
Shall we jump into the games?
let's do it.
All right. Wait. Actually, quickly, I'll stay on this page and we can talk about the bands quickly, I guess. Um,
Okay.
all right. So for the bands, I believe both teams banned the exact same set of nations, which I think is the first time that's happened, right?
Probably seems so.
Yeah.
Typically, it'll be maybe you'll see like a Japs Brits, and then like one team will ban Greeks, one team will ban Aztecs. But this one looked like exactly the same across the board here.
Yeah, so the bans in this case are Japanese, British, and Chinese. Both teams banned all of these nations. Um,
Yep.
the Chinese ban is a bit surprising to me. Feels like Chinese are not among the better half of the tier, anyways. They can be quite strong, but I don't know. Personally, I haven't had much success with them. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we usually see the more popular bands in the tier 3 being Greeks or Aztecs because they're probably the two strongest nations there.
Yeah.
So not, yeah. I was talking to Trees a little bit before the stream. He was saying that QC just wanted to mirror their bans, so maybe there's some type of psychological strategy there.
Mm.
So they just did the mirror ban for whatever reason. Trees didn't really get into detail why they banned Chinese, but that they did it. So that's what it is.
All right. Well, so with those bans, let's take a look at game number one. Oh, I did not. Oh, shoot. Okay. I forgot to do the scoreboards here. My bad, folks. I forgot to change these. Okay. I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's still Call of Daddy.
Yep. All right, all right. Okay, we're gonna get rid of the. I'm just gonna leave the numbers, or I'm just gonna leave the numbers there for now. Sorry, folks. So we'll just keep the score there for now. Sorry, folks. This is my personal fault. I should have changed this ahead of time. So we're just gonna leave. I'll just leave the score there for everybody to see. But we will not have the name cards. Apologies. Don't really want to delay getting the stream going. All right. So this is gonna be AZ versus QC. So let's load up game number 1.
Do it.
All right. I'm at 0 seconds and ready when you are.
Let's do it.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, looks like we are on Watering Hole, one of the more exciting yet hated maps of of Nomad. Let's take a look at the players and nations here. So we have on the side of AZ, we have Language of Trees and Amun against Jonathan and I. So we have Language of Trees with Romans, Amun with Inca, Jonathan with Bantu, and I with Iroquois. Who do you think is the better nations for this map and setup here?
I think QC definitely got the break here for the nations. Bantu and Iroquois are just gonna perform much better on this map. Inca is kind of at the mercy if it can find a good mountain.
Yeah.
Romans are always pretty good, but we'll see. Trees and Amun I think play pretty well together. So let's see how that teamwork is. I think Jonathan and I are fairly new playing together. Jonathan is probably the strongest player of the 4, but it's all about teamwork here. So let's see if AZ can play better as a team, even though I think they probably have the weaker nations here.
Yeah, we do see in the chat between Trees and Amun, they're talking about how they don't have good nations for this map. Yeah, Inca's just not the best on this map because oftentimes you're short metal.
Exactly, yeah.
So it can be a little difficult. I'm interested to see if we'll see, usually we see a lot of water battles early on Watering Hole, but I'm interested to see, considering, Jonathan and I are 2 nations that are known for their infantry raids. I'm interested to see if we'll see some early aggression with a barracks put down, maybe trying to deny some wood cutting from the QC players, or from the AZ players.
Yeah, and I see here, this is a bad spot for Amun already right off the bat. I mean, he's going to share borders with Iroquois. He's got very little wood, no direct mountain. This could be some early trouble for our Inca player here.
Yeah, only 4 wood. I'm not sure how much this is over here. This looks like... Oh, this is a... Look at the bottom here. Wow. Lucky Amu with a +9 wood just barely is able to reach it.
Oh, yeah, he drug it. Yeah, good. I didn't see that there.
Yeah.
So that's going to save him a little bit, but unfortunately, again, he's right across from an Iroquois player that can just go mill 1, raid that wood. This mountain's going to be pretty much out of play unless somehow Amun can get a sieve in. He's got another little mountain to the south there.
Yeah, but it's only +5. Even if you go left, it's also a +5.
Yeah, he's just in a bad spot, unfortunately.
Yeah. On the other side, we do have the Bantu and Romans player facing off. Bantu also getting fortunate with decent wood. +6 is not terrible against the +7 of Trees. Trees notably is not able to reach the water quite there, but obviously Trees can just move a citizen over to Amun's territory if they want to use the water, which they probably will want to.
Yeah, that's not an issue. It's a 2 versus 2 map also. It's a small map, so he can easily get a citizen over there. And if you want to go through the rares real quick.
Yeah, sure. So on the bottom side, Amun and I are going to fight over this papyrus probably. There's salt to the left that Amun can use, as well as silk. And then in Jonathan's territory, there's sugar, as well as marble to the north. There's gems in the back, diamonds there. So I think it's fair to say that the rares favor the QC team here.
Yeah, without question. Yeah, like you said, Pappy will probably be up for debate. That'll probably be neutralized. Maybe both sides will tower
here.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, diamonds here. Sugar, of course. It's another little +10 wood plus the cheaper food. Gems is going to be huge. They're going to get the border push. It's going to That if I gets the gems early, that's going to put a lot of pressure on Amun's wood camp. Plus, it's going to completely eliminate him from that small mountain to his right. Yeah, they just clearly have the better rares.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm really worried for AZ. You know that they're going to have to make a lot of moves happen in order to win this game because currently the odds are not super stacked up in their favor. You know, I obviously having the advantage over the Inca player who's going to be slow in age 1 and prone to getting raided. On this side, you know, Jonathan with the better rares and obviously being Bantu is a better nation than Romans for the most part. So
Yeah,
we'll have to see.
I mean the one good thing is that Romans, like we always talk about, they can get those early towers up. So that would be nice to see him maybe get down there early, get a tower by the Pappy, or at least a tower by Amun's Wood, just as a little support. And the Roman towers are a little bit cheaper too, so then he could still build a tower probably at his wood. So that'd be nice to see Trees do that. Just drop a quick tower, near his wood, maybe a tower down by either Amun's Wood or by that Pappy to keep that up for dispute. Let's see if that's.
Yeah. And we do see here some really a big aggression coming from going for Mill 1 directly. Did have enough, I believe, resources for Commerce 1, but choosing to instead go for that Mill 1 first. This is a sign that I is going to be beating face.
He sees he's got a pretty much vulnerable Inca player. He knows Inca's slow. There's no way Inca's going to be able to get Mill. And you can see Amun's barely just getting his library up as the barracks is going down. So this is going to be big trouble here. And again, this would be a great opportunity for Trees. I see Trees has a villager down. He's going to prepare to drop a dock. But I'd probably skip the dock for a moment just to give the support to your teammate.
Yeah, I think
he's gonna get the dock anyways.
Yeah, I'm not sure because I think if Trees had been in place to tower the wood camp, it still wouldn't have been fast enough. You know, just if I just makes heavy infantry first.
Maybe. So. Yeah, but it looks like I is gonna scout this wood up at the top here, so it's gonna take him a minute to find that wood at the bottom. So there may still have been time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know, whatever.
We'll have
Doesn't
to see.
matter now.
We do see here.
It's gonna be good trouble here for Amun early.
Yeah. We do see here Amun has made some extra citizens, and that's not a good choice. You really don't want to do this early on because, you know, exactly this. Your opponent goes Mill 1 first, and now they're just going to steamroll you while you have no wood for Mill 1, or no wood for barracks and no food for Mill 1. This is looking really bad. Let's take a quick glance at the other side. Jonathan has gone for Commerce 1 is now getting Mill, and the Romans player is close to getting Mill, but not quite there yet. And we do see I is about to raid this wood camp. This is going to be a big disaster for the vulnerable Inca player. One of the weaknesses of Inca is their lack of ability to, really defend themselves early on. They're just really slow. Obviously, they're quite good late game with all that wealth and good for booming and stuff. But
I mean, the one good thing is here you do get a refund. So some citizens that die, you will get a refund. It looks like Trees is going to mill. So mill's coming, but it's going to be a little late here. And it's just and it's unfortunate too when Romans have to mill in age 1 because they don't get that free heavy infantry. So it's like it's kind of a wasted barracks, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, maybe
as you can see, you see the barracks coming up now on the other side from Jonathan. So this is going to be trouble here. A Bantu raid coming in.
Yeah, and Bantu, obviously, one of their strengths is they have fast infantry. This is a nice tower from Trees on his own wood camp.
I expected that. Perfect play there. Yeah. And I is just wreaking havoc here at Cusco. Looks like he lost one of his little archers in the group of 3 there, but the heavies are still just harassing these.
Yeah, there's only a couple woodcutters still there. I would like to see I just split off the units. I is clearly searching for the barracks, which is a good choice, but you don't need to spread. You just want to spread them out because your opponent doesn't have archers up quite yet. You do see a barracks from Trees, and now I has a huge advantage. The Inca player is heavily slowed. A bunch of citizens have been killed. Would like to see some target fire on these citizens rather than just targeting the woodcutters camp, which is what is about to happen. This raid has been really painful for the Inca player.
Yeah. And now you're seeing Jonathan. He's sieved. He's going to sieve right across the bottom of Rome there, completely separating trees from Amun. This is going to be trouble. He's also going to take control of
Silk, yeah.
Silk, and probably Salt too. So, they're pretty much going to take control of all the rares. Water, obviously, is full control. Although Amun is able to use... They haven't raided the water yet. So
Yeah,
Amun is getting lucky there.
Looks like there's no boats quite yet.
Not quite yet. So that's good for Amun there in that case, because if you look, his food is at 80 and his wealth's at 20. So considering this raid, that's not too bad of a situation to be in.
Yeah. We do see here units from all 4 players. Everybody's gathered here. Even Jonathan sent a single archer over to try and help out I in the raid.
And you can see the third city, that third Bantu city, like I said, is just going to completely envelop this lake.
Yeah.
And they're going to have control of all of the rares.
Yeah, like, it might be tough to... The AZ team might be able to use salts if they're lucky, if they defend it well, but it's looking like it's going to be really, really difficult for them to hold that.
Yeah, and as we all know, rares are extremely important, even on this map, even though it's difficult to use rares on this map, but to use sugar, gems, diamonds, you see Eyes using Pappy. Pappy's not being contested. Again, like I said, I would love to see an early tower there, just to deny that.
Yeah. And we do see here these heavy infantry going to deny this city from trees, and this is just adding insult to injury.
Yeah, this is just pain.
Yeah,
here.
This is like the worst. This is the worst. This is like the worst. The first 10 minutes of the game can go for you, really.
Yeah, and then but you do have Amun. I see Amun in the water here. He's scouting because he realized that smartly Jonathan did not build a dock, so he's going to try and deny Jonathan building a dock, which is a nice move. But unfortunately, they have 2/3 of the water, the coastline, so he's going to be able to put a dock pretty much anywhere. But I do like that he is trying. He's not just laying down and dying here. So
yeah, definitely. They're putting up a fight. We do see Amun is caught up to plus 100, and is using a bunch of fish, taking advantage of their opponents not using the water early.
Yeah, and it looks like Bantu raids are going to come again. Work on these cities maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Try and kill off some villagers.
Yeah, we do see here a second barracks thrown up by trees. You really don't want to build 2 barracks this early on, but...
especially when you're Roman, because that's 2 free heavy infantry just gone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bummer. And we know metal is very valuable on this map. So to lose 2 free heavy infantry is really a big bummer.
Yeah, definitely.
Now I see Amun's calling. He's saying he's going to kill Onagata, so he might be thinking for a militia rusher. That may be the only way out here.
Yeah, but we do see Amun is just far behind. Still needs 100 food to age, whereas I is halfway through aging. Jonathan has already aged, and Trees still needs a lot of food, like nearly 200 food to age. So.
Yeah, and we're seeing that benefit of being the Iroquois player here. They get that couple little extra wood or food from the woodcutter. So it's able to balance his economy out. He's at 90 and 92 with only going no civ.
Yeah, and we do see here, this looks like a rush to me. There's 6 heavy infantry in this barracks as well as an archer. And it looks like they're just going to take out Cusco, which is completely undefended right now.
Yep, that's the smart play. No lookout, no temple, no tower. GG.
Yeah, there's no... second city's coming, but this is a large...
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's 6. Now he's got 6 spearmen. He's got enough metal and food to upgrade him if he wants to age 2, which would be wise.
Yeah. We do see here they're as Spiridon pointed out in the chat. They're co-using Pappy. They're just sharing Pappy like nice friends there.
That's nice.
See a little inter-team cooperation. And we do see
the
a
least he
decent
could
raid
do.
here.
The least he could do at this point. Yeah, nice raid here, but those troops need to be back at the capital.
Yeah.
Because he's about to have a rude awakening, and now you're seeing the upgrade to the Mohawk. I think it's the Mohawk Warriors or whatever they're called.
Mohawk Spearmen. Yep.
Mohawk Spearmen, and those are going to do a lot of damage. To
and I expect to see Despotism plus some light horses coming out soon. Yep, Despotism, maybe some more archers.
Here is a tower coming up. I don't know if it's gonna get up in time. Depends
Yeah, it
how
looks like
aggressive I gets here.
looks like I is just waiting for despotism to finish researching, producing some light. Yeah, producing a light horse, and taking advantage of the fact that these Iroquois units can't be noticed, even though they're in vision. Decent play there, and it looks like
And you can
Amun's
see,
just raiding it back.
and Ammon's made a big mistake making way too many ships in the water. You realize that your opponent's not really using the water. Don't waste your resources in the water. That's a big mistake a lot of players make. They want to take the water, but now you have, a heavy ship that's 90 plus wood plus 2 light ships. That's another, 60, 70 wood that could be used for everything else to defend your capital.
Yeah, and this
or
city is
science.
yeah.
Or,
This city is
here
gonna go
comes
down easily.
Yeah, here it comes. 6 heavy spearmen.
There's no militia, no attrition.
Yeah, no lookout.
A single tower isn't gonna do much against all these spearmen. And it
Yeah.
looks like I is gonna handily just crush Amun on this side. Can start
Yeah,
raising
and
these towers. Has that massive sack bonus.
And you see Ammon's over here raiding the wood, but that's not doing any good, buddy. You need to get those two archers could really save you right now. With that tower, 2 extra archers with that tower would clean this up. And unfortunately, he's just out of position.
No. We do see a slight blunder from I gonna lose that city for virtually no reason, but this game is pretty much over.
Yeah, he's just going to I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It
I'm a
doesn't
pun
matter.
lover.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
at this point.
this game is very much over.
Yeah, you see Jonathan's got some horses there now. Just cleaned up some of trees.
and Amun is
archers.
just killed outright. Ouch. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime you get an insta kill, it's brutal. So that's
And it looks like Trees is only now aging. Has chose to go for Commerce and then Commerce 2 and Mill 2 to catch up, but ultimately,
a little too late.
Yeah, a little too late. Looks like Tree might try for it. Trees might try for it, but like look at that economy. Not even using that many ships. Doesn't have fully filled out woodcutters camps. It looks like this is not gonna work out.
Yep. Nope. It's bad break here.
Yeah, just unfortunate nations for this map. Unfortunate spawning positions for AZ, and pretty clean play from I and Jonathan, just taking advantage of their opponent's really poor position.
But you know what the Trees could do here? He's got some heavy still in the barracks. He could just take Cusco real quick. Let's get him a little extra income, a little eco.
Yeah, that's true. Just take Cusco, get some plus 10.
Yeah,
eco.
actually, he could take Cusco and Osca, get another plus 20 real quick.
Yep.
Plus, he's Roman. Oh, there he goes. Nice. Yeah, smart move there.
Yeah, but
Heads up play there.
it's too little, too late. Like this is a big Iroquois army,
Yeah.
and there's more army from Jonathan. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too much. Yeah, it's too much. They're going to deny this other tower. They're going to deny the Senate and just melt the city. No temple there because there's no science. So that's a bummer. You
Yeah.
see some militia being pulled. Trees is giving one valiant last stand. But
ultimately, it's not enough.
yeah. Ultimately, too little, too late. This happens sometimes. You get a bad situation you're in. You get the wrong nations on the wrong map, which we saw.
Yeah.
But it's not like they were completely out of opportunity.
I don't think so. I think I made a good choice by choosing to go Mill first, and we do see the GG's called.
Yeah.
I made a good choice by choosing to go Mill first, but I don't think it was completely unwinnable, right? Like
No. Especially look.
Yeah.
You have to read the map here. You got to understand. Okay, I got Iroquois right on my hip. He knows I'm Inca. I need to get into position to defend pretty much immediately. Forget thinking about anything else. Just get in the defensive mindset. I'm going to survive this high rush, maybe even a militia rush. And that attention wasn't there. Amun would just played it like if it was just any other regular whole game. I'm just going to go to the water. I'm going to build a bunch of ships. I'm going to go raid their wood.
Yeah.
And yeah, all those are great tactics in a 4v4 where you're like in the pocket or something.
Yeah.
You know, that's a proper way to do it. It's not that he didn't play it like a kind of textbook hold play, but you have to read the situation you're in. And also for trees, like you said, maybe he wouldn't have been able to get the tower down in time, but at least give it a shot. Or at
Yeah,
least get a tower, get a tower on Pappy or something. So I don't know. I think there's definitely some things they could have done a little bit better, at least to make it more competitive. Because they did take control of the water.
Yes,
so
they
it's
did.
not like
Yeah.
you can use that, especially if you hold off an early rush. You saw I's library; he was way behind.
Yeah.
So you just stuff that rush. It's a whole different ballgame.
Then you can actually get ahead. Eventually the Ink player gets mill 2 and spams horses. So yeah, but that ultimately that is 1-0 in favor of QC. I'm gonna update this little scoreboard here that I unfortunately didn't update. So let's do QC has 1 now, and AZ have 0. All right, this one's not super centered, but that's okay. All right, that will be it for game number 1. Yeah, AZ just got rolled. Like, they just got steamrolled pretty much.
Yeah, it was just a bad spot. It happens.
Yeah. All right, and let's open up game number 2 here.
Alrighty.
AZ versus QC 2. All right, I'm at 1 second when you are ready.
All right, let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, looks like this map is Old World. It's definitely not Sahara, even though it looks like Sahara, because you can tell there are rivers all over the place. So
yep.
Let's take a look at the nations here. So we have the same players. On the AZ side, we've got Amun with French and Language of Trees with Aztecs against Jonathan with Romans and I with Aztecs. So we see the Aztecs mirror, but we do see Jonathan has gone for Romans, whereas Amun has gone for French. Who do you think has the edge here in terms of nations? Basically, French or Romans?
Well, I've been in love with French, and I know you're coming over to the French side.
Yeah.
So I got to go French Aztecs. And I actually do like Romans a lot on this map because you get all that extra gold, and I guarantee you're going to get gold rares. Yeah. So that's definitely a wise choice and a lucky draw for this map. But, that French Despot is so much fun. And in the right hands with the right player, you don't need rares. You don't need anything. Just go kill. So, what happened here?
It looks like Chipa's playing. That's what's happening.
Oh, okay.
And Trees just observing. Okay, that makes sense.
Got it.
So Trees is replaced by Chipa here.
Understood. Okay, so they're going to swap out Trees for Chipa. Man, I don't like that move.
I don't know about that.
Trees is a much stronger player. Much stronger player. But I get it. You're trying to rotate your guys in.
Yeah, and that's a fair point,
Yes, so that's fair, but you need a win here. This isn't a position to be.
This is game
to go to the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Moham's probably, up there with Trees, maybe a little even better, but he's not available clearly. But don't put your weakest guy in just to do it. Sometimes you gotta, be like, hey, Chipa.
Yeah.
You gotta wait this one out.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Chipa's a master of Aztecs.
We'll have to see. I think I would give the edge to the French player here, just because I think with 2 Aztecs players, this game is going to be. We know this game is going to be already really scrappy, unless they somehow end up both booming, which I doubt. This game's going to be scrappy. There's going to be a lot of conflict, and it's going to be hard to get to. A 150 eco with Romans, and the Romans despot is just not as strong as the French despot. French despot obviously is one of the strongest despots in the game. So we'll have
no
to
question.
see.
Yeah, no question. It's going to be. But the Aztec despot is also very strong.
Yes, that is true.
Bonuses. Yep. So that would be fun to see a double despot coming from AZ.
Yeah, maybe
real aggressive, trying to take a win back.
Yeah, maybe we'll even see all of the players go despot. That would be quite the spectacle. All right, so we do see Amun and Chipa have spawned at the right side, pretty close to each other, and I and Jonathan have spawned a similar distance apart, relatively to each other. So it looks like this looks almost a little bit like a standard map spawning, except maybe you're a little closer to your allies. let's take a quick look at the rares here. So we've got on the QC side, they have relics below Rome a little farther. There's wool to the left of Rome. There is furs right in the center, but it's closer to QC. They have Pappy on the right of Technotitlan. There's obsidian in the top. On the other side, we've got citrus for Chipa next to Teotihuacan. There's spice and cotton for our French player Moon here, as well as amber in the bottom there. There's wine in the back. And yeah, that's it. This is a very barren map in terms of rares. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's definitely going to favor the French despot there. Because, like I said, you don't even need a ton of rares to go that build.
Yeah, and you do have
maybe just furs. Maybe get furs so you get the cheaper mill too.
Yeah, furs and wine, both are good rares.
Yeah,
to
and
use,
wine, of course,
and as well as
yeah,
cotton.
yeah.
With extra French commerce limit of wood, you don't need as many woodcutter camps, which makes you a little bit faster. I would give.
Plus the unit production for despots is going to increase.
Yeah, exactly.
20%
and
production.
that is a big deal.
You're going to pump out units.
Yeah, I do think the rares favor AZ here for a shorter game. We were talking about the French despot. Obviously, the Aztec player also benefits from wine and cotton and stuff. But on the other side, clearly the QC team has the better long-term rares. Relics, Pappy, those are really excellent rares. And they have Bison on the top. Sorry, I didn't notice that. Those are really excellent rares for a longer game. So we will have to see which team will get to execute their game plan better. And I do wonder. I do wonder if the scouting is on par for AZ to notice that one, they have to rush because their opponents have better rares for the long game, and for QC, for Jonathan and I to notice, okay, our opponents have worse rares than us for a long game. We just need to defend to win. Let's take a quick look at the ruins here. So Jonathan's only got 2, and Cheapa's got 3, but I and Amun have 4 and 5 respectively. So pretty good for them.
There's not a ton of ruins on this map, but there's still, a decent amount.
Yeah, and what is happening? What is this? What is this? Do you see this lookout at Teotihuacan?
I do not. Let me see.
At Chipa's capital?
Oh, Chipa?
What?
He's raising it now.
And it's canceled the raise. What? Okay, so I don't know what this lookout's supposed to, there's no.
Maybe he was lookout scouting and accidentally built it by mistake.
Probably.
I don't know.
Please don't lookout scout if you accidentally build your lookout by mistake. That's
you're just wasting 60 food. That's
60 timber,
wood.
Yeah,
that's a big.
When timber is really necessary. Yeah. We do see here, Amun, the French player, has gotten the market down, whereas the other players are just researching Commerce 1. Looks like, anyways. Jonathan's put down the market, and Chipa doesn't have any text because put down the lookout instead of the thing. We do see Chipa has gone for mill 1 first. I kind of like it. Get some early aggression going. Nothing wrong with that.
Get some pressure on. I really want to see what Amun's going to do here. He's in a great defensible position for Paris, but he wants to get on the offensive. And you see just above this mountain here, he's got enough land there. He could sieve in a nice spot between those 2 rivers, between those 2 mountains. Yeah. And then he has a nice path to Rome. So I wonder if we might see a Civ 1 from him to try and take control of that land. So he'll have a nice way to attack.
We'll have to see.
Otherwise, if he gets backed up, it's going to be hard to get across all these rivers and go around all these mountains to do anything. With the French despot, it's very similar to like a Mongol. You want to have that open space where you can run your horses around.
Yeah.
And you can just
give them space to graze and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Can set up camp and everything else.
Yeah. We do see here Civ 1 from Jonathan, who looks like is the fastest player so far. And the Aztecs player, I, is going for Civ 1 as well. The French player does not have enough food quite yet. And we do see this is a very defensive barracks from Chipa. I really don't like it. I think you really want to just put your barracks in the front, try and deny your opponent's first city, because that's like kind of the advantage of going,
Yeah, it's the whole point.
Of going mill 1 like this. Otherwise, it's not worth it. You're dealing a ton of economic damage to yourself. I do like that Chiba has made 3 units as opposed to, the usual 2 or something. And I also do like from I's part, has brought 4 citizens to build this city. Just to make sure it doesn't get denied, which is going to work out really well for him because...
Yeah, and he knows he's got an Aztec player across from him, so this is a risk. And it looks like, yeah, it's going to pay off. Unless Chipa can get down, he's got some heavies coming. Let's see if he can get there in time.
Looks like Chipa just hadn't scouted it, hadn't seen the city, and that's...
Yeah, he just walked away from it. Never mind. He could have denied it, or at least gave it trouble.
Yeah, I mean, it's annoying, definitely, but I don't think Chipa's out of it quite yet. You know, this is going to slow them down, but... you know, the Aztec player is still a little bit away from getting mill. Wood cutting is going to get denied here, and there's no money for barracks. On the other side here, we do have the French player going to try and sneak the furs, and has put that city down near Cotton, where they haven't actually scouted Cotton. So
yeah, but they should get it hopefully by dumb luck here when the city opens up. Maybe they'll just walk into it. Yeah. But it's nice to be able to use furs there. And yes, this is exactly where I expected him to build. Now, Cremona is going to be the front. If he can just overwhelm that with a nice death spot, and then he's got a free shot at Rome. So let's see how aggressive he gets. And it would be nice to see maybe Chipa rotate over and drop just one barracks there, get a couple free light infantry when the attack is ready. Not right now, but in about maybe 4 minutes from now.
Definitely.
Let's see if we get over there to help.
Yeah, we do see here Chipa saved a light infantry from all those villagers, which is nice. Continuing to deny woodcutting time from the eye here, and ultimately, I think it's worked out really well for Chipa, despite the economic damage that Chipa took early. Just to compare the economies here,
he's doing great work right here. Great raids. But now it looks like I has found Amun using furs. So he needs to go ahead and use that before he moves it.
Yep. Amun does click on the button, still not moving the furs merchant.
I guess pulled out of there now.
Yeah, there's
no, he's sending a citizen. But
yeah, citizen squabble here. And we do see here continuous units from Chipa. I kind of like it. I think this is a good... just continue spamming units. As Aztecs, you get some advantages you get some resources for killing your opponent's unit. But we do see here, if you look at the economy of I has completely recovered, at least like nominally in its numbers. Only 30 food because currently this farming is getting denied here. But if Chipa can scout this back wood camp of I's, which is located only a little over yonder. Then that could be a big disaster for I, who has been slowed down so much, is only now getting up the barracks, whereas Chipa has 5 units, I think. Yeah, 5 units.
Well, he's got some heavies kind of heading that way, but I think he's just going to look at Rome. I don't think he's going to find that camp.
Yeah, it looks like not it. We do see here... Amun had the barracks for a little while, but didn't queue up the units, so this first merchant is going to die for very little reason, basically. Here I see a little squabble between some Adals and another archer.
Well, he could use the furs. He's got enough to use the furs right now. Just use it. Get that mill 2 real quick. Nope, not going to happen. Never mind.
Not going to happen. And these citizens are going to die. This fight is really not working out for Amun here. When you're defending like this, your opponent has a hoplite already, you don't make a hoplite first. Like, your opponent's obviously making an archer or something afterwards, so it's just kind of, why. Yeah, it looks like I has recovered completely, and looks like Chipa has only now researching Science 1 and Civic 1. Would have liked to see the Civic 1 a little bit earlier, has all those floating resources, definitely had enough resources to do so. And we see here continual squabbles.
Chipa likes to waste wood. We saw that with the early lookout build. So why not waste some more wood?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, and it looks like Jonathan's going to keep pressure here on Angoulême.
Yeah, going to lose this unit, though, for some poor micro. Oh, barely loses it.
Yep.
And Amun clearly has more units. I would like to see Amun just raid this first. Your opponents are using it. Jonathan doesn't even have plus 100 food income. So we'll have to see. Currently, it looks like Chipa's units are just scouting the back lines, looking for rares to raid. Which is not bad,
Not a bad play, but unfortunately there just isn't a whole lot back there.
Yeah,
And
there is bison, but
I sending defensive units there anyway, so he's just going to stumble into 2 light infantry.
yeah, give away a kill probably. No, looks like
Maybe not.
they just walk past each other. We do
Yeah,
see Amun is aging, does not have mill 2, and has so much wood banked up, which is not, not terrible, as the French, possibly despot player. Could be quite effective. Not, they haven't scouted wine, which is going to hurt. Wine is a really good resource for, despot players, because you really want to upgrade your units, especially your archers and your phalanx.
Yep.
So I would like to see Amun just infinite queue villagers, make a mine, and start getting in there.
And you see he's just hoarding wood right now. 500 wood. He needs to get
put a stable down, put a metal, put a senate, temple probably.
That's wood related. Yep.
Yeah.
Get all wood related items out. Maybe a second market. Get his gold up. But instead he's just not doing anything.
Yeah, we do see here from I has gone for Civic 2. This is a terrible, terrible choice. You don't want to do this against your opponents who are, clearly intent on being aggressive. It's just a waste of food. You're already at plus 100 of each food. This city is completely unnecessary. Absolutely no need to do that. Jonathan on the other side is doing much better. Has 1 of each tech. Unfortunately, he's going to lose this merchant. Maybe. This is a bit of a sketchy fight. I'm not sure why Amun is running away.
Yeah, and it looks like Cheapa's doing good work on that first woodcutter camp, but he doesn't realize it's having absolute zero effect because the back woodcutter camp's at 8 woodcutters. His wood's maxed out. So great kind of bait move there by I to kind of give Cheapa this false sense of confidence, like, hey, look, I'm screwing his wood, but really he's just wasting his time, wasting his energy, could be doing something else.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to see, another market from Amun or something. Stop spamming villagers. It looks like Amun is going for that Republic. I don't like it. I think you definitely want to go Despot.
It's just a bad, terrible move. You're wasting a huge opportunity here. Yeah, it's just a bad move because you're not going to outboom these guys.
Yeah, especially, they have relics,
they got
Pappy.
Pappy, Bison, yeah. So like you said early on, they have more of the boom rares. Plus you got Rome. They just got the gold income. Even though it's not very high right now, he doesn't have caravan going. But he'll catch that up soon. He is using they have wool also, so he's getting the cheaper villagers, plus a free 10. Look, 65 knowledge coming out of Rome with only 30 gold. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, 70 knowledge now, has 75 knowledge now with 7 scholars. And if Amun had gone Despot, this would be a completely different game, right? Like, Jonathan immediately gets punished for spending, 200, 300 wealth on scholars.
Yep. And he has no towers at all. Again, not using that Roman.
There is a tower at the front for Cremona, but this actually is not the best tower placement. It's fine, right? But what you want to do is especially if you're defending against French, and I imagine Jonathan should be playing as if defending against French. The tower should be in the back, because otherwise, if the tower's in the front, the siege just kills the tower and then sieges the city. Whereas if you have the tower in the back, you have to siege the city and then redeploy your siege the tower, and then at that point, the city can be healed up and repaired.
Yep.
So, yeah. We do see here on this side, Cheapa is just hoarding resources, 400 food, 250 timber.
Wow, yeah.
And we see on this side, Amun's hoarding timber as well, 600 timber. Come on, man. Like, put down another farm, put down a market, put down a temple, all the works. Maybe even another barracks if you really want.
Yeah, another barracks, another stable. Another market, a couple farms, another miner, another mine. He's got another mountain available. He's got really 3 mountains available. Well, 2.5. No, 1.5. He's using 2. So just something, yeah. You just got to use your resources. And look, his knowledge is just brutal right now. Only plus 10. And you see Rome's at 90. Plus they have relics. So he's going to age much more quickly. This is big trouble here for AZ. And you look at Cheapa. I mean, he's got just...
economy is not there, yeah.
He's pulled all of his miners to build. So he's getting no metal production right now.
Yeah.
This is a big blunder.
Yeah.
And he's putting a tower in front, which I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what Cheapa's doing here.
Yeah, nice little ambush from Jonathan here. Going to scout the area. And there's no lookout from Amun. Gonna kill the citizen fairly easily. Get a free citizen. Would like to see Amun just deposit out all the units. Maybe snipe off a heavy infantry or something. But ultimately, that's a free citizen kill for Jonathan, which is it's good already. It's adding to a already pretty sizable lead, I would say, considering the knowledge incomes.
And it slows the building of that tower, so that just means it's just slower on the defensive side, and Jonathan's just he's in full control. He's mill 2 now also.
Yeah. These French chevaliers are really awesome though. So maybe Amun can make something happen, especially with a possible double from Chipa.
Well, now look, Chipa's going despot, mill 2. All right, so we're gonna
acceptable. Yeah, it's still no metal income. Where are all the metal miners? You have all that food, just either you got to make units or you make metal miners.
And he's got a decent amount of wood too, so he could build another mine also. Just bad resource management here from Chipa.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be 17 minutes in the game and have 0 metal income.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening right now.
Yep. And we do see here, I is going to go for a little raid. Going to find a tower and a lookout. So it's probably going to need to back off.
And it looks like Chipa's going to get these bison in the back, so that's a small win there.
Yeah, plus 30 plunder.
It'll be metal in his case because he has 0 metal production. Well, no, he does now. Well, never mind. Okay. Finally, some miners getting to work.
And we do see here the beginning of the offense for Amun, but currently just floating resources. Just make some light horses, make some chevaliers, and again, just another market, good, another farm, get those resources up, maybe another barracks or a stable.
Yeah, but this is unfortunately going to be too little too late. Jonathan's in a great defensive position here. He's got another tower coming out of the bag. He's got Civ 2 coming. He's going to be able to research religion soon. It's going to give more defense to that city.
Yeah, but
he's got almost enough knowledge to age. He just needs food.
Yeah, but right now Jonathan is very, very far away from aging in terms of food, at least. Jonathan cancels the legion's research because you're going to need the food. We do see here on this side, Jonathan is going to support I with siege, which is, it's not ideal, right? Because the Aztecs player gets much more plunder from killing these buildings, so is a lot more effective.
That's true.
We do see a little raid here from I. Nice hoplite raid on the relics. I'm gonna slow down Jonathan and sorry, it's from Chipa. My bad. Nice raid.
Chipa did a good job there. Yeah. Stopped the tower, raided that, so that's really nice. Yeah, good play there.
And we do see here why Amun? Why are you upgrading Javelineers and not archers first? You have so many more archers. But maybe Amun can take the city. There's only a couple of units from Jonathan here. There are 2 towers, but hopefully the
and the lookout,
and the lookout
and the temple.
But hopefully at least for Amun here, Amun can get some good trades against the enemy. We do see here the militia are pulled from Jonathan, which I don't think he needed to do. I think he could have just sat back with the 2 towers.
Yeah, he's being safe. 10 militia is going to be plenty enough to hold this.
And we do see here the archer upgrade thing is going to hurt Amun a lot. Archers are just really bad against militia. And he should have retreated way earlier. Look at this queue, not putting down that barracks earlier. It still doesn't have a temple here.
It's a bad spot.
Yeah.
And Jonathan will age here soon.
Yeah, Jonathan only needs 100 more food, and that will be pretty quick. So, on the other side here, we do see quite the skirmish between I and Chipa, but it looks like Chipa's going to get run over. All these light horses from I really putting in some work.
Bad. It looks like Chipa might pick off Jonathan's siege. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And, but he's going to lose all of his...
Yeah, loses the despot.
Lose everything.
Yep.
Everything's gone.
Let's take a... I'm at 1955 right now, and...
Okay.
I just wanted to check the time with you. We see some sketchy merchant management from Jonathan, but it's not like they need it at this point. They're winning for the most part. Yeah.
And Chipa's just leaving these autos in the back. He could have brought those up. Not that it really would have mattered, but He's a bad unit manager there. Just you see there's some autos just chilling at capital. Just
Yeah, at
taking
the
a break,
top
I
over
guess.
there, not being very helpful at all. Um,
Yeah.
and you don't want to be on the defensive like this as the Aztec player. You Cheaper had an opportunity to punish I for going civic to an ancient, but ultimately didn't. Just sat
Yeah.
around and didn't do anything and let the other Aztec player boom up a little bit. And now that other Aztec player is starting to put some serious beef on the table, get the economy up higher.
And now you see the Romans aging,
Yeah,
so
and
that's going to be trouble.
yeah.
I's calling that 93 is dead. That's probably not too far from true, but it's going to take a little work here. It's not going to be free. He's got attrition. He's got a decent little army built back up, so I'm not sure what Cheap was doing here. Just kind of abandoning his capital.
Yeah, we do see Jonathan has aged. I think Cheap is trying to go help out Amun here, but Amun's in no place to really have Cheap help. The city is not reduced. There's still 2 towers and a lookout. Not going to do much of anything. This tower is nice for Amun. Going to eventually kill off this stable, but that's a small gain compared to the Romans player being age 3 with those crossbows. That's really gonna hurt the chances of AZ winning this game.
Yeah, and I see Amun's making a nice move here. He could, he's going to try and come flank, I see, on I, it looks like. That's probably not a good move, because he's going to get,
maybe, we'll see. Oh, Amun's not paying attention, just runs back, going to lose most of the army, probably. Yikes.
Yeah.
This could have been an alright fight if the micro was there, but it's not.
Yeah, no, that was a bad move. He just lost a ton of units for basically no reason.
Yeah.
And you see, I is hoarding a lot of resources now. Look at that food and metal. He could be just spamming heavy infantry.
Yeah, and also on the other side, Amun is also hoarding resources. 1,200 timber, and just throwing away units to the city fire.
Wow, 1,200. Yeah, and almost 800 metal to go with it.
Yeah.
So you could be, I'll build a coliseum or something, I guess.
Yeah, like to make something out of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It does look like Amun's going to age somewhat soon, which is good for fans here of AZ. But Jonathan has plus 95 income, knowledge income, that is. The other economy is not doing the best. I'm not entirely sure what happened. I guess Jonathan just wants to make sure he doesn't die or is microing. But looks like Cheap is going to die on this side. Look there. This is a massive combined army from I and Jonathan here. And we see a Colossus coming out from Amun. Probably should have done that a little while earlier with all those floating resources, but alas.
Yeah, now you're going to have an age 3 Roman army right here. He was able to move the Senate, so that's good at least. Way to the back.
We do see them backing up for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe it's because they're waiting for I to age, which would make sense. And also get supply wagons because of the attrition. Yeah, I says aging.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to go for a forced march to see where the opponents are. This is not going to work out too well. Maybe snipe some sieges. Is this going to die? No, it's not. Okay.
It looks like Amun could age. I'm not sure why he's not aging.
Yeah, me neither. Just click on that button.
And once again, just
floating all those resources.
Yeah, 1,100 metal. Man, that's a lot of wood and a lot of
Goes for
metal.
science 2 instead of aging.
Wow. Yeah, that's painful. If anything, go commerce 2. So
yeah, honestly. Like this science 2 is not going to help you out. You're not even using Pappy, which surprisingly hasn't gotten rated, or it's not even used by Jonathan or I right now, and it's still being used by Chipa, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. I think Chipa might have rated it earlier, and they just forgot about it. I'm guessing maybe that's what happened. And you see Chipa's got some horses rotating around here, a couple of heavy cavalry, a couple of light cavalry. Looking to go do some more raiding, but the raiding is not going to help you much right now.
No, and it looks like this city is going to get easily taken out. Amun
Yeah, bad spot there.
without an upgraded army, needs to flank with these cavalry to make something happen. There's just way too much army from Jonathan and I here. Although I is taking attrition damage, takes the city pretty handily, and now can upgrade units with medieval age research.
Yeah. So I just am on cheaper. Yeah, that's painful for Ammo not to age there. I don't know.
Yeah.
He still has an age.
Why? Like, why are you? You're obviously like losing in this game. Why are you floating thousands of resources? Like, this is really
food to boot. So
yeah.
Yeah, at least if he would have went for the comp too, he could sell all this and just get some units. But now it's just.
Now it looks like I's cavalry are just gonna run over the rest of this army.
And I'm not sure why Chipa built 3 towers at his former capital. Those are doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And, just a waste of. But Chipa's aging now.
Before Amun,
so
okay, it looks like Amun spent a lot of food somewhere. Not entirely sure where. Yeah, it looks like made a bunch of barracks
wasn't on
units.
aging. Yeah, it wasn't on aging. So he was
Um,
building Javelineers. He's building some more Javelineers.
oh, it's so painful to watch.
Yeah.
For viewers who are
So
out there, please,
He's gonna
please,
have 6 Javelineers now and no age. So,
yeah, generally
and they're
as a-
probably gonna die anyways because there's a heavy cavalry just sitting right there.
Yeah, and they're not microing. Oh, it's
Yeah.
painful. For viewers who are just starting out Nomad, please, if you can, generally speaking, this is not a rule by every single situation, but generally speaking, if you can age, just click on the button, please. Please, it's like it makes such a difference in your army strength. Obviously, and especially classical to medieval, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it
and
makes
also,
your cities larger.
Yeah, territory,
it's,
your units are much better. You have access to a bunch more techs. Also, if you have resources, please spend them. Don't make me cringe over 1,350 metal unspent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please don't. Yeah, for my sanity, anyways.
And we're still seeing no age at all coming from, and this Colossus is going to go down.
Yeah. I wonder how much plunder we're gonna see if the Aztecs player takes it down. Looks like I does not have a supply wagon, but that's because I's been popped cap for a really long time. Can't even spend those resources, but should probably upgrade the light infantry here.
Well, they've just assimilated here, so he could just go back and heal now. So yeah, he needs to upgrade his troops.
Looks like I gets 500 timber from that Colossus. That's a lot.
Yeah, and if he would have had a Despot, it would have been even more.
Yep.
It would have been 1,000. Can you imagine?
Yeah. Oh, that would be so much money.
Yeah. I mean, even 500 is great. I'm not doubting
definitely.
that. But I mean, that's just the power of Aztecs. I mean, that plunder is just huge.
Yeah, definitely.
It's nothing for old Amun here. He keeps 500 in his ashtray in his car because he's got 1,100 right here.
Yeah.
But look at all these resources. He's gonna have just infinite amount of resources here.
Yeah, and it looks like Amud is going to be able to research medieval age finally after delaying it for so long. There's so much army from both I and Jonathan here. Not going to matter at all, no.
And you got 4 trebuchets there. That's gonna melt Paris. Even with the temple, it's not gonna matter.
There's actually 5 trebuchets if you count Jonathan's.
Oh yeah, that's right. 4 from I, 1 from Jonathan. So you got 5 trebuchets. Those do heavy damage to buildings. Here comes Chipo with the rotation with 1 light infantry and 1 light cavalry. So that's good. Or maybe
2 light infantry. Oh, and a damaged pikeman and a militia. Whoa. And some more militia and another pikeman. Nice.
Yeah, but that's not gonna help. There goes the senators down.
Yeah. If they could stall out this fight, I guess eventually all the units die because of attrition, but I don't know about that. The fort does go up surprisingly. And
they could just rotate back to Teplatodex or whatever and just heal, and then just come back again in a minute because they're doing fine.
Yeah.
And if you look at Yeah, it looks like Jonathan's kind of neglected the library for the moment, just making troops. That's the right move. Just focus on the army, get the kill.
Yeah, has mill 3, so has armor. You know, as a
Yeah,
Romans player,
so
you
does
don't
I.
need a
But look at
castle.
I's resources. I also just massive amounts
Yeah,
of resources here.
yeah.
And I'm presuming from all that plunder he's getting.
Yeah, it's
But you
plunder,
gotta
and also
you
I
gotta-
was pop capped earlier. But you know,
oh, that's
you still can
right.
spend
Yeah.
resources. These addles are just burning in attrition.
Yeah.
Oh, we're seeing a lot of pauses, a lot of what's happening. Okay.
It's over soon.
Yeah.
That's typically a sign of the game coming to an end.
Yeah. Finally, a supply wagon for I here, but I decides to retreat because I don't know why. Because Emun has pulled all the militia. Okay, it's fine. Like, sure. Acceptable play. Here we see, some more units from Chipa. Maybe can get some kills. Nope, just gonna move over. They're on move, not attack move. So these are all gonna die. More free plunder for the Aztec player.
Yep.
Would like to see I finally upgrade these light infantry, but I guess I's just. I mean, they're just really, really far ahead. So.
When you see these siege legions coming in, just dealing damage on the river here. Well, they retreated everyone. Never mind.
Yeah. I'm at 2945. And
Yeah,
Jonathan points out Papyrus to I, while researching science too. And let's take a look. It looks like Chipa is in fact still using Papyrus. That's in fact the only rare that Chipa's using.
Nice.
Yeah. See
Good,
two
good.
supply
Pretty
wagons
cheap.
from I here. I clearly saw the damage that attrition had inflicted on the
Yeah.
army.
So better than safe than sorry this time.
Yeah.
And you see Amun just still almost 1,000 wood, over almost 1,200 metal.
Yeah, just please spend
And he's
your
got
resources.
plenty of resources to get the commerce too. Get the commerce too, and spend all this and get troops. Build another fort
or
if
get
you
mill
want.
3 and to get armor. You know, please.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're fighting two teams with armor here.
Yep.
And Psi 3 coming now from the Romans.
Actually, there's no general here right now for I. I wonder where I's general maybe got sniped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got sniped.
Yeah, he's coming back now. It'll take a long road trip. He's coming back slowly. But he needs to. He doesn't have a fort up, does he?
Doesn't look like it. Yeah.
So he doesn't even have armor. So he needs to get a fort up. Looks like he is now building castle behind Teo. So he'll be able to get the armor and a general, which would be nice. Maybe a spire too. Those are always fun.
Yeah, Amun clicks up on mill 3, but the fort's already going down, so he's not going to be able to research tactics.
Yeah.
Uh,
And he might not even get the. Well, no, he should be able. I don't think the library's going to go down before that.
yeah.
But there's actually a smart play there. If you're while your horses and archers are just chilling, you could pick off that library and just deny that mill 3.
Yeah,
many
that's
players
true.
don't build a secondary library, and it's always good.
It slows them
slow
down.
them
They have to
down.
build the library, and then they have to. And
And it looks like
research the
yeah, all the. A couple small armies here at Paris for this final stand.
Yeah, I's getting
looks like
armor. And it looks like here we see sharing of Papyrus again. You know, these teams are just so kind to each other. They just love sharing rares. Chipa and
Well,
Jonathan sharing
in
Papyrus.
fairness, they are Aztec, so it's Aztec love it.
Well, I think Jonathan is Roman, so I think. Anyways,
Jonathan's
enough with our
You're
banter.
right.
We do see a charge here. Probably going to take the city fairly easily. There's a bunch of towers, but there's very little army from really either player here. Both the French player and the Aztec player here, and they're just going to get run over. They had a good opportunity, I think, to win this game, but
Oh, absolutely, they
just
did.
a lot of blunders.
Yeah.
Which ultimately gave away the game to the QC players here, who they played well. They had their own missteps here and there. I going for that Civic 2 early on, and there were some spotty micro here and there, but for the most part, QC just played a standard game. They just defended early, and then they took advantage of the situation, and they just crushed their opponents, who kind of didn't spend the resources and just rolled over and died.
Yeah, and you can see I'm still over 1,000 wood. Even though he's dying.
Yeah, 1,000 wood, 450 food. Yeah.
Still over 800 metal that's not being produced anymore, but it's just chilling there.
Yep.
And same for I. I mean, look at I's resources. Jeez, it's just completely full. Could calm too. I mean, he's in the win mode anyway, so he's probably like whatever.
Yeah.
But so good practice.
Yeah.
And Jonathan's called push to green now.
Yep.
His cap has not raised, of course. No temple, no lookout. Small city. That's gonna go down in seconds.
Yep.
Not that it matters anyways, because there's no way Cheapo is gonna 2v1 here, because Jonathan will age relatively soon. Yeah, he only needs another 200 knowledge or so, and he can buy food. And he's got relics, so once he clicks on the age,
it'll be a fast age. Yep.
Goes, 33% reduction in age, so that's pretty fast. Looks like they're not sure where the capital is.
Yeah, just scouting around, but this is just a matter of time. Nice little race from Jonathan here.
The green splotch on the mini map, but they don't know exactly where the capital is. But it looks like is going to stumble into it here.
Yep, they do stumble into the capital, and this game.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
And it's bye. And Paris is assimilated to the Romans.
Yep, who has wisely chosen to get Forbidden City. They know they're ahead. They don't know by how much, so it's always good to just...
And look how quickly this city's going down. I mean, those two trebuchets are just melting this little city. Bye-bye, gone. 3-minute timer. No way they're taking that back. Paris is assimilated. That's it.
And this game is over.
Over. Yeah. So, kind of a little bit different than we saw last game, Blunders. It would have loved to see the French despot there.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a whole different story.
Yeah, it feels like if they had played this right, they had the very clear advantage, as opposed to this game where they kind of just got slaughtered.
Cheapo did some great early rates, so
ultimately, I was able to recover.
So it's not like he didn't try at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it just was a lot of missed opportunities. But again, it wasn't the fact that Jonathan and I really were just superior level. I mean, these guys were in the game. They just didn't. Like you said it perfectly. Jonathan and I just played a textbook. Even though I kind of blundered with that Civ 2, but maybe he was just feeling confident. He's like, you know what, I'm just gonna bully him.
Yeah, they just played textbook and
see the late, late gunpowder coming, just as kind of victory cigar here.
Yeah, and so this is one thing that I wanted to say. This is a sizable army from Amun, but it's not gonna make a difference. When you have games like this where you part of the strength of the despot build is you're committing to a build, right? And Amun's dead. You're committing to a build. You're just and GG is called. You're committing to a build, and you're just like gonna really try to get your game plan. And it felt like Amun and Cheapo just didn't really have a game plan. We saw Cheapo go for that mill, go for early aggression, but didn't make anything happen. And Amun kind of just was content to let Cheapo sit there and ultimately eventually die to I. So, when you go into these games, you really want to have a game plan. You really want to think about how are you going to win this game? What are your opponents going to do? How are they going to counter your game plan? And how are you going to counter their game plan? And so it just felt like Jonathan and I recognized, okay, well, it looks like we have a little bit better skill. So we're just gonna play standard, and we're gonna win that way. All right, let's take a look at the stats here. Clearly, Jonathan and I both have very high kills, whereas the other two do not. And you see Amun.
Yeah, Cheap has got more deaths than kills, so Jonathan and I must have both got some kills on him. So if you see that 100 deaths from
103,
Cheap,
yeah.
yeah, which was not, neither Jonathan or I has that many, so they did a good job kind of double teaming there.
Yeah, and surprisingly here if we do look at the economies here quickly, Amun has gathered more food and timber than Jonathan or I, not including plunder, because if you, let's see, where's plunder? I don't know where plunder is. Is there a plunder tab?
I don't think there's a plunder one.
Oh, that stinks.
I think it's just built into the score.
Yeah, I imagine.
Probably in combat.
Yeah, maybe.
It's or army. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's calculated. Yeah, I'm
Anyways,
not sure how it's calculated.
but we did see, throughout this game.
You can see eyes ahead and army in combat, so that's got to be a plunder of whatever significant there.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, that was quite the game, and that's going to be a 2-0 victory for QC Quebec team over AZ here. And this is Division 3, so that's going to be. That's gonna mean QC is now 1-1, I believe, because they lost to underrated champions, but they won against AZ, and that means AZ is gonna be 0-1.
Yep. So QC's 2-0 now, yeah, right? Is that right?
I think they lost a game. I thought they lost against underrated champions. I'm not entirely.
Oh, they lost. Okay.
Yeah, so they're 1-1.
1-1. Got it.
Yeah. All right, so that pretty much wraps up the stream for today. Thank you so much for watching. This is AS4 signing off with olddirtyh.
See you guys. See you tomorrow.
All right. Bye-bye.